Ron says, I cannot find out how to get the rolling adjusting area and parity analysis. Okay. The rolling and adjusting is in the portfolio tool, or you can do it manually through the profit and loss chart, Ron. Let's see what we've got here. Any good positions? Okay, I'm going to use the married put position here that I have, and this long collar is expired. So this is the Starbucks married put position. I'm not going to explain how I'm not going to say got lucky, but how I played Starbucks right this week, and at the same time, I played it wrong. Or was it a week ago? I think it was a week ago. No, it was this week. I apologize, folks. I apologize. In any case, Starbucks. I've got a married put position here. Stock's up 9.7%. This is obviously a paper trade that we put together in the webinar, so the put's down a fair amount of money, but we're still at about a 7% profit total on the position without doing any income methods on this one. And just the long stocks here, we've got Micron, which is down. It won't be a good example, and UVXY, which is down, which won't be a good example. So Ron, when you enter a position into the portfolio and you've got it as a known name, one long strangle, one long collar, but this is expired and I haven't cleared it out yet. Married put, long stock, calendar spread, credit spread. If it's a named strategy that you see here, click the Edit More Information button, go to Position Actions, then click on Position Analysis. This will give us a breakdown of the current position. Now, each one's a little bit different. So here for the married put, I see my days remaining to expiration, my initial maximum risk on the trade, current option midpoint at 268, the static break even, of course, we're above that, but that's all the way at expiration. If you're doing just a covered call run or a naked put, I think you're going to see the percent time value remaining in price, as well as some other information here just on the first view. Scroll down below the position, and you see the original position value. The cost for me in this case, Ron, is the cost of the stock plus the put. It's $87.80 for 100 shares. I think we bought the stock at, was it $73.85? Oh, $83.25. I'm sorry. So that plus the put was $87.80. Now our liquidation value here, we sold to close the stock at $91.31, sold to close the put, and so forth. That would give us a profit of $6.19 or 7.1%. And down below, it shows us the future expiration value. We're not projecting where the stock's going to be trading in November, Ron, or to your expiration date. All it's saying is that if the stock stays at the same price, $91.31, to expiration in 63 days, I'd only have a profit of 4%. Why am I losing profit? In this case, I'm losing the time value on the put. That would go to zero. We'd sell to close the stock at $91.31. And then down below, we see our rollout opportunities. So we have here, we could sell the October 14th 92 call for $290. And we see our new max percent return on the position. If the stock's trading at our strike price at expiration, probability to be above there, new break even, and new max risk. We've bulletproofed the position. Or we could do a 1% bulletproof going a little further out to October 28th. Actually, all three of these are bulletproof here. The 92.5 call and the 0.5. And here's some more calls that are available. Income method number one, we could roll the put in, but I wouldn't do that at this time necessarily. And income method number four, we could roll the put further out in time and up in price and have a bulletproof status on this position. This is where you see the rollout opportunities. Now, it's great to see things numerically, but anytime you see a rollout opportunity, Ron, we're going to click the Edit More Information button on our rollout and go to Simulate Trade. And this will give you a side-by-side comparison of our current position on the left in red and what that profit and loss chart would look like at September expiration. Why October 14th expiration? Because it wants to compare it to what our other profit and loss chart would look like if we sold this call for the October 14th expiration. So you could do a side-by-side, numerical, and graphical. And then if you wanted to, we could just submit change to portfolio here to record it. Right? So once again, tracking a named position in the portfolio, click the Edit More Information button, go to Position Actions, and go to Position Analysis. This will give you the breakdown of your current position, your liquidation value, and you can see more details here. And click on Details. And so you can see the math here for you if you want to check it just to make sure. If I put commissions into this trade, we'd see the commission cost included in all of these values also, Ron. And then down below are your rollout opportunities. Now, let me go back one step. Let's say that I decided instead of, let me go to the rollout opportunities again. I'm sorry. Let's go back there. My apologies. We had a 1, a 3, a 4, and here's a 6. All right, doing the bear call credit spread on top of the married put position to leave the upside open, still get a reasonable net credit, and still be able to lower the risk a little bit. We're going to sell the October 92 call, the 7th of October 92, and buy the 7th of October 95 call. Now, let's go to that simulate trade. Oop, that's odd. Oh, I resubmitted it. Let me try that again. I'm sorry, folks. Let me try that again. I think it's because I hit resubmit and it took away that simulate trade feature. I apologize. So let's scroll down here. There we go. There we go. Okay, simulate trade. This is what the income method number 6 would look like. Between 92 and 95 is where we get that little bump, that little hiccup there. I know it's hard to see, but we leave the upside open instead of capping it as we would with income method number 1. Let me go ahead and submit this change to the portfolio. I'm going to leave no commissions. And we're just going to put these to these regular numbers, not the extra 5 cents at midpoint. Okay? All right, so now what do I have? Long stock position. Married put that expired today. 1 long strangle. A collar that I have to expire and clean up. And now I see something that says 1 custom spread. Yes, this is one thing we are particularly working on for income method number 6 and number 5 in the portfolio on a married put. But there is not a defined term run for a position that's a married put with a sold call and a bought call. We don't call it the bear call spread married put. We don't call it anything like that. It's not a programmed name. So unfortunately, what that means is that if you have a custom spread, meaning you've entered, Ron, a multi-leg position of 4 or 5 legs that doesn't have a common name of the 23 strategies that are already programmed into PowerOptions, it loses the functionality of the position analysis. If you go to position actions, you just have the choice to close the position, close the leg, delete the position. So if I had a calendar call spread entered, I'd see it as a calendar call spread. If I protected that calendar call spread with a put, so I had a 3-leg trade, a standard calendar call with a long put for protection, it would show as a custom spread position. What is my advice to investors in this case? With income method number 6 in the portfolio, what I typically tell radioactive traders, PowerOptions subscribers, is I'd have it as a married put and a separate bear call. I'd analyze each individually in those cases. It's a little bit of a downturn right now. We are working, the programmers are working on a way for everything that's in those structures to have a specific name. But it's kind of easier, in my opinion, to do it that way, although you don't see the full graph. I typically track them both. What I mean by that, Ron, is that I'll have my married put with my income method number 6 in place. Or if I had a 3-legged calendar spread, as I mentioned, I'd have that position here so I could see the calculations here. You can still see that number of the expected profit is what we're looking at, but we can't see the pure liquidation value, but I can kind of eyeball it here. But then I'd also track it as a calendar call spread and 1 long put as 2 separate positions so I can see the gauge of how the calendar spread is doing and do I want to adjust the put or not adjust the put based on what the market conditions are doing for my particular security. So, Ron, I hope that answers your question. Remember, in the portfolio, even if you're just tracking a long stock position, we're not going to see any results here because they're all severely down. But if I go to position actions and position analysis, I'm going to change this in a moment so we can get a better view. You still see this view here, and if there's some rollout opportunities. You consider writing a covered call for income. Sometimes you'll see a collar or a married put there. But that's the process, that when you're tracking positions in the portfolio, even if it's a long stock, if it's a covered call, naked put, credit spread even, use the Edit More Information button, go to Position Actions, and then Position Analysis. That'll give you the rollout opportunities.